Welcome back, Mr. Witness.
Sedo Bismillah.
Thank you.
Before the lunch break, you were telling us about the procedures you underwent at the West Africans.
Janembida fonyondingola no itarda ka kumenna kumo fonye no wala mnyindi ko silol men yeta jannibe Africa tilijindila tilijiro
Commission that you had to sign the register.
andu yen fo commission o ko jannibe dile le fanan inyana register nyin inyana sign na le folo.
What would you say to the suggestion that there were no entries in the police diary?
Men so tantanu police law diary kono ko la menketa July karo kono mwandi mfula 2005 sound kono ni o moy be mo fula.
I'll be shocked.
Would that statement be true or would it be false?
No, it will be false.
What do you say to the suggestion by Gambia government that they have no record of West African migrants of about that number entering the territory of this country? What would you say to that?
Yamuna sore be mem fola niya moy manzakunda membe nunjang ye kuma ko membondi ko itolman ku saferin soto me yalon ko be sujirin ni Afrika tundo lay motalul ni yalon ko bida kanun tamala dem ila kuoto imam soto blata be safirin damento ila bugol kon e mon soto be mem fola woto.
That is far-fetched because I'm a living witness.
Yo tabile dorong barinte wo kata kulete mi akata nyala.
And I dealt with this matter.
And the phone dabe nyong ko kono kende te ndunta kono.
Without an iota of doubt.
And hakili fula mantara woto.
Among the 50 that you received, can you give us their gender distribution?
48 were men. There were 2 females. One was from Liberia. One was from Nigeria. Sierra Leone. And the beauty is the Liberian woman, the Liberian lady looks like somebody who was so close to me. When I was running a business and she was working for me. So when I saw her, I felt some connection. I said to my mind, this looked like my former staff.
And tell us how you took them to wherever you took them that day.
Silanga afanya bang yesamba bintola yesamba dingirawo dingirato afanya ba yesamba nyadile.
So once I informed my boss that these were illegal migrants,
and the
fact of the matter is they didn't even have a needle in their possession. Let alone arms and ammunition. So I took them from the police station, escorted with the help of the armed Navy officers to the Navy boat. Then I transported them to the Navy headquarters in Banjul. At the Navy headquarters,
how were they organized when you were transporting them?
I sandwich, if you like.
But don't kneel left and for the
You know, the board was not very big. So they sat and you know, they sandwich each other, you know. I will start one, this one here, you know.
You sit one in between the legs of the other.
Exactly. Exactly.
And they were handcuffed?
no yebulol ciene le fana.
No, I didn't see any need for a handcuff.
No, ko je na manjari no wala.
You took 10 with you?
Bari iya fo jande ko idata ni la officer le ni tangtata handcuff.
Yeah, because like the impression I was given and earlier on what I said.
Atugo mi otina ye kuma ko ni fo na nelu ye ko mi yanki bari minna ani ngam fo na jam foloke.
The impression was these are mercenaries.
Ye men fo ye mi tan mo la wala ni mo le te mi yalan ko kere jawaro le moyti. Ye
When I arrived on the ground, the people I saw and have to deal with were definitely without a doubt illegal migrants.
Can you describe the scene when you arrived at Banjul? Marine unit.
Biri ni mol furata na Banjul sojari ba kono sojaro la dingira nyinto je kul nying alhalo be nu nyame ba.
They came out from this side. If you know the Navy, we kind of turn a little bit to the right. There was a ground like so I saw them on the east. I saw them on the east of the at the Navy headquarters.
What's his name?
Ousman Sonko. I believe the one who is in Switzerland. And I found the CDS.
What's his name?
Can't remember the name. I think the surname was Sar.
Did Asan Sar?
Yes. Yes, I found Asan Sar. I believe either I found some state guard officers, 3 or 4 state guard officers. Oh, our coming and their coming must have coincided. But it didn't take long to see the state guard. Because one of them I happen to know very well, Bombard.
Can you describe him?
Bombarde tama serinje ba moji sifalem.
Bombarde before this day. It's a fair colored guy. With a little bit built up.
I balo sort of demanding.
Sort, I would call him sort.
Sutiata, Mbafala Sutiata.
But this day when I saw him, he appeared like a kankurang. Red. Because he attempted to walk on the because these people were sitting with legs like this. And he attempted to walk on them. And I said to him, no, you cannot do this. I mean, the service chiefs are here. Also, he attempted to walk on them. He probably have walked on 1 or 2. And I stopped him. That these people are tired and they are hungry.
We have received evidence that it was not only Bombardier who attempted to walk on the feet of these people, but there was also another person who was busy.
I'm on national television. I've taken oath. I take my work very seriously. If there were 3 or 4 that did it, I would say, to the best of my recollection, because I was in charge throughout.
Apart from Bombardier, who did you see from state guards?
Yeah, because at this stage, I have problem with going to state house with soldiers. Yeah, I'm just scared of something is. You know, you see small boys and girls with so much authority. Yeah, so anywhere they are generally, I want to go to the opposite side. Unless and until there is absolutely.
On this particular occasion, did you see any other soldiers? From State House, apart from Bombardier?
Yeah, by their outlook, the 4 of them, or 5 or 6, I cannot remember, but they must have been together. And the service chiefs were on the Navy side, if you like, on the port side, and facing the east.
Okay, and what happened next?
So there, I believe, I can't say for certain. The service chiefs ask some questions, and the head of the team must have answered.
What question was asked?
And that they were brought by a boat, commanded by their agent in Dakar, and they were abandoned on the coast, at the Bara coast. And that they were in touch with a Gambian who was supposed to pick them there and put them in the next boat. And he is they can't reach him anymore. So they got stranded, where they were picked up by the police who were there as authorities.
So from that, can we conclude that there was no reason whatsoever for our service chiefs to believe that these people were mercenaries?
What was science for no ko dalila teje member sabula ko na o tanko bunda nyaton kol men yalon ko be mabirinje member sababula ko ye la nyin na ko nyumolu molle me yalon ko ye jole kana boy kana fitino wulinde na banko kanje ka fo mercenaries.
Not the slightest doubt.
Ni hakil kilimanta hakil fula kilimanta lawto.
That Ousman Sonko and the other service chief that was present.
Who
was that?
Sansar.
Were fully aware.
My belief is they know they didn't have a doubt. At this point.
And what happened after that?
There was a boss arranged. I found a boss there. I believe it was this GPTC boss.
GTSC.
But there was a boss. And we put them in the boss. And I believe I must have driven my car because my car was there. The first turn maroons. I'm not sure, maybe 4th or 5th compound on the left.
That was the place you first stopped?
No, from Banjul, that would be my belief.
Go to police station.
That's what I'm saying. Because my impression my belief was that when we dropped them all, the 50 at Baba Job's compound, that was when the separation came. But on a second thought, because I didn't remember going to Kairaba or something like that. So probably the boss must have passed and dropped them in these bits. Police and PIU at Kanifing. That I knew.
But
The distribution, whether they were distributed on their way to Baba Job's compound?
But coming Kafoko, ibe talantalan kan ke jindi motolo kono fojani be fudala Baba Job la cordato.
Or they were distributed when they were all dropped at Baba Job's compound?
Wala coming Kafo ye be talale wato ne fudala Baba Job la cordato.
Well, I know for certain when I left back.
Did you, in the bus, did they have any escorts?
Boso nyinkono. Foye mol soro me alon ko wolle tambindi ba.
Yes, they had escort.
Molbe normal.
I believe those state guards.
Yalta ko wo mol mi ay bota mansara
And some men were there.
Man ba kono sojarol
I only saw the state guards there.
nga mansala tanko
Which state guards did you see there?
Na mansala korda ba ro kantala jumale menu jeje.
Bombardier and this group.
Bombardier and telingo kan hani.
I tried, I wish I had the opportunity to speak to one or two people.
Tolonda mai ba fala me tu multamba.
Very well.
Was he there?
Abenu njele ba.
Without
point.
Inana maji jeto.
At this point, no.
Ni nyu watu hani.
How about Musa Jammeh?
Musa Jammeh du?
You did not see that?
No.
Ni maji.
So after you left them at Baba Job's house, what happened?
Biri yetu Baba Job la korda nyinkono je. Muna natana ke?
Yeah, prior to leaving them there,
Nimbe bulalaji.
I know when we were in the
Korda kantala la muite.
took one in a room
Ay kilinta samba bungo kono.
and we are interrogating him kind of.
Iba nyin akamule ka nyinin kale.
And again I went there, I stopped them.
Nta sayales.
Because for me, I am in charge
Atunte af mutako ba ontele nyaton kotije.
and I'm taking responsibility of what is happening.
Andu ko ko be kala je abenyanta kelantela maralo.
So that's what I'm used to. My officers, they report to me. They tell me what they're doing.
Nta dalta wala hamil ben koto ikana dantero kentele ya.
Anything that goes wrong, I'm in charge.
Fengo fenketa abeka tarantela maralo koto.
So in this day,
Anyun longo nying.
I was as the army, the immigration, I command some little bit of respect.
Nga ala tentu police immigration nga bunya soto je bakele ni nata maralo la karol.
When I say stop, they stopped.
Ninko ya la bula ka bula.
They went out.
Fintida.
So I believe I distributed those that were there in the rooms.
Njikita ko wo mol nyinte talantala ne bongo ko naje.
And then I was ready to go home.
Mpareta pour kase.
So I'm not sure whether I called my boss when I was going home.
Malla fo nganna boss klamen si se commande.
Then he was officer commanding, I think, serious crime or something.
Amra telem nyaton ko di no serious crime.
And I gave him a rundown of what.
Kam foi sa fono nyaba ngalong e imuna faiba.
I told him that we have intercepted some illegal migrants.
Ga ko kunduta mol nyato le mi ya lon ko lafta tamala la bari makani silola.
And the service chiefs has instructed for investigations.
Dum tanko bunda
Tama?
ko mo mi ya lon ka dabi asobi mo mati ka fayne tunkara e kamina ko fo ka be bir kamale.
And I told him Tunkara was connected to a previous case that I was investigating.
Ga ko mbe wo case do min kisi kanu kun tunkara datu tata no jera.
So we agreed.
Sonta nyoma station.
When was that to be?
When you okra wati jumal tun.
The following day.
Osamo.
Because I believe this was around 12 midnight, 1 o'clock, thereabout.
Atu njikita ko nyinketa suto le talanta nimfula watu.
I'm not sure the timings.
Watu nyi malla among.
Proceed, please.
I believe around 9 o'clock in the morning.
Osamo ko den talan konon to somanda.
I got set. Just to mention also that there were PIU officers who were assigned to secure the house.
Dum pruko jan sene andi ko min paral bi jele mi yalan ko ye yamaro dira prio ko dañin kanta.
So when I came in the morning, I found the paras there. So I didn't say a word. I had a terrible feeling.
Did you ask?
No, mine gave me was to go and look for them in the other places that they were deposited. To be able to have a good picture of what my feelings were at the time.
Proceed.
So from Baba Job's compound, I went to go to police. I believe I asked for the detainees that were brought up there overnight.
Lata ko mol mi yalan ko ye mutaje ngela ko nyininka.
They were not there.
Mantaraje.
I went to Kairaba police station.
Tata Kairaba police station auto.
They were not there.
Mantaraje.
They have suddenly disappeared into thin air. Or in the clutches of somebody else.
Whatever it is, they have gone. At this point, nowhere to be seen. So I proceeded to the PIU. At the PIU, I believe, I found maybe 5 or 6 of them. I believe the guy I talked to the first time, the head of the group. And again, it is my belief that the two women were also there. And probably 1 or 2 or 3 other people. So I found them there. I spoke to the security who were there. Hello, how are you? Fine, thank you. How is work? Fine, thank you. So I decided to excuse myself from this investigation.
Why?
My feeling was, but again, probably what I told my boss would answer your question. So once I have taken this decision in my mind, I came out, you can check. I told him, like I have explained from Baba Job's compound, what has happened up to the PIU. And I told him that a terrible thing must have happened. I would doubt if these people will surface anywhere again in their lives. And I suggested to him, in order to calm the menace of illegal migration, particularly, was to go and escalate the other file, that the other 35 that we intercepted earlier. I proceeded to Banyo, to my office. And I believe I called my 2IC Bamba, he was already there. So we looked at that file, and then we started calling this Tunkara. That he better cross the borders of the Gambia out of this country, otherwise we will get him anywhere he is. So I believe that must have, I'm not sure, maybe on a Saturday? Yes, because I think that was a weekend, because the traffic was so clear. And in the office, I was alone with Bamba, so I believe it was a weekend. So we worked on the file that day and the following day. And I believe on Monday, we went for consultation at the DPP's office. As to the situation on that case file. And that one of the culprits, or one of the alleged perpetrators of the act was already arrested. And he asked us we told him he was on bail. He asked us to ask him to come the following day. I can't remember the whole thing, but the guy ended up coming. And we escorted him to the courts. And he was put before the court. And I believe he was convicted. Because at one point he was serving in mile 2. I went to visit colleagues who were in jail there. And as I was passing, I ran into him. He started naming all the NIA officers who were jailed there.
And
that all the people who dealt with his case, I'm the only one who is left outside. So he's waiting for my coming.
Still?
I believe to this day, because I told him I had yours. I'm waiting for that of God. So, in essence, he was convicted. To the best of my knowledge, he served sentence, or he was serving sentence.
And did you at any point in time hear anything about this case again?
For what na saronda la boko nying be kero ko la ina na kuma mo nying case la kuro ko tanke ba.
Yes, on a number of occasions, yes. Likely on the social media.
But how about in national news? Did you hear anything about this particular case?
Na banko kan kibaru bundal to dum fo ina na ka kibaru mo nying ko la ba.
Of course, yes.
What did you hear?
Yamuna mo nying case la kuro.
I can't remember the wordings rightly. But UN or AU or ECOWAS have come to the Gambia on fact-finding missions. I believe a host of them have took place 2, 3, or 4 times. And that it ended up Ghana government having interest negotiating until because at the time of paying those or compensating whatever. That was the time I was studying development diplomacy in peace and security at the Kofi Annan Institute.
Development and peace security.
And that was a very inconvenient period for me. Even if I'm in a taxi, I dare not say I'm a Gambian. I feel it in my body. Yeah, I mean, the attention was extraordinary. So to your point, yes, I heard about it.
What you haven't told us what you heard.
That there were 44 Ghanaians who were allegedly killed by the government of the Gambia or agents of the government of the Gambia.
Did that rumor you had accord with the truth as far as you know?
At all, and that's why when the TRRC came up, I knocked at your doors 3 times before this day. Long time. From the early days. Because a lot of stories has been told. And me who lived the story, I thought I can chip in and help the clarification so that the investigation can be widened from there.
Did you hear what the government response was at the initial stages when questions were being asked about 44 Ghanaians?
Gambia Mansakunda watola itole muna sota yemen jabi nyin koto biri nyin karo da mutata ko nyinto.
The specifics I may not. But the general, in general, they kind of refuted the allegations.
Balanta wo tumiro ya sosole.
Kala muta ibalo kono birite wo moy Mansakunda balanta wala ko nyinda mutata.
Knowing and living the facts, I didn't have a doubt that that's not true. Their story is not the truth. There are panels that are formed. I believe 1 or 2 times my name have come up. I refuse to be part of it. Because my conscience didn't allow.
Your government, my government, our government lied to the international community about what happened. How did you feel when you heard the lies?
I felt bad, but prior to the lies, because life is very tolerable. There was just no reason. No reason. From that day, I feel bad. Unfortunately, generally. Because probably most of my after this event, I believe most of the time I stayed outside. So what happened around government cycles, I didn't know the details. So Gambia being directly or indirectly, you got to know. And yes, I had this.
But do you know whether government took any particular steps to concretize their narrative?
I don't remember the specific, like I said. But there was, like I said, I believe UN. But you know, I'm not at the headquarters, but I knew UN. I'm not so ECOWAS and AU mission also, fact-finding mission also came.
Malum fana for ECOWAS and AU, well fanala mol mi alango yentana kisikisiro for natale.
And the position of the government was, this is not true.
Masakunda Lord Lamenta, wala nyintiko, nyimanke tonyati.
Yes, I was aware it was general terminologies of the denials.
Ngol moele, abe mo me ngol moele, komi yeso soro minkani ye balango minitandi.
Do you know where that government took any particular steps to cover up?
Yala ne fama Sakunda isimfa data lebang puruka ilo kakunyinta ka mabo.
What would I say?
The truth. Nothing but the truth.
But that's what I'm saying. I don't know what steps government took. All I know is what you hear on the media. I
Malum Masakunda ya munsimfa dalata. Eka kumakawal min rumay dala wala eka min fo nyimbanta ba kibarol to te.
I read the news more than 20, 30 times a day.
And
I crawl every corner just to look for information.
Well, that's your bread and butter. That's what you do for a living. But did you hear any rumblings among your colleagues as to what government was doing or planning to do?
I am on oath to this day. Nothing other than those that I have read on the news. Government. That's when I started talking about it. Of course, I have spoken to 1 or 2 friends. Definitely, I didn't know what steps government took to cover.
As far as you were concerned, you brought from Bara up to 50 West African migrants to Banjul and distributed them to various hosting places, including Baba Job's house, on 22nd and 23rd July 2005.
Ko itala londo to MND la itata bara ye nying Afrika tundo la banku dingo molta mom mida fo mota lulu ye bondi na bara ye nati Banjulu ye bondi na nje ye bondi na nje ke sama na kombo kono ja ye jindi police station do kana fo Baba Job la kordaro.
Without a doubt, I did.
And you signed a register indicating that you have taken charge of these 50 people and brought them to Banjul.
Without a doubt, I did sign something. And probably I can go back a little bit and say that what I signed, to the best of my recollection, there was an entry before it that says 51 people. And I believe the entry that was taking these people out, the officer who was writing this must have taken it from there. And when I counted, it was 50. In fact, I have to do it for a second time. So I came back, I said, no, I'm taking charge of 50 people. And he changed the 1 to 0. Countersign. Before I sign.
You are under oath, Mr. Witness. Any statement by the Gambia government indicating lack of knowledge of some 50 foreign nationals entering the country on that date would be a lie.
I don't know how to answer this question.
Would it be a lie if government said they have no knowledge of this fact?
Because this is completely different from the truth that I have lived.
So that would be made up reality on the part of the government.
Yes, it's not true.
In essence, you're saying the government lied. Let's now move on to the other issues. Tell us briefly what happened 30 December 2014, very, very briefly, and then we go on to the tortures that happened as a result. Very, very briefly, yeah?
Sa left the Yasutiandi, coming Kumi Alango kata December Carotil Transabokono, Yasutiandi Dorong, is against the board on Nata Tajirinte Kulminata Blawonum.
Yeah, 30th December, I believe 31st December.
Latako December Carotil Tansaba, while December Carotil Tansaba in killing.
I was going to walk. And somewhere around sitting corner, you can see the traffic was kind of blocked a little bit. Okay, to cut it short, I got to Banjul. And I realized there was an attempt on the State House.
What kind of attempt?
I was told some armed men wanted to overtake the government. So I went to my boss, as director of investigation, to have a comprehensive briefing on the situation. And then he briefed me. From there we went to the Director General. Deputy Director General was Liz Gomez. The Director General was Yankuba Baji. So me and the Deputy Director General went to the Director General. We reviewed the situation. So I asked for permission to go back to my men and prepare them and tell them what I have received from the boss. So I briefed them. I told all of them to stay put. As I was foreseeing there will be taskings that would come. So once I did that, I went back to the in the briefing there with my men. I told them that there is a lone survivor. There is a survivor. Mod Njai, who was I think fractured or had a broken hand, is at the hospital. So I told them, briefings. If you talk. And I made reference to the Boston attack in America.
Let's abridge it.
Okay.
So tell us about the next steps you took.
So the next steps I took was to go to the DG and ask for permission to go and visit the sick person at the hospital. I believe I made the request around 12 midday, 11 o'clock, 12 midday. The approval didn't come until around 2000 hours in the evening.
Why is that? Oh, why was that?
I believe I sought permission from the DG. You have to seek permission from General Baji. So I have done mine, but his was not forthcoming. So at 2000 hours when it came, I took Malamin Sise, one of my staff, and my driver. We drove to the RVTH at the accident and emergency ward. And at the accident and emergency ward, when I entered from the east, I believe I turned to the left.
Can you reduce the detail?
Okay.
Otherwise we won't finish.
All right. At the accident and emergency, I met the soldiers the officer commanding the soldiers. At the hospital there, who were guarding the survivor. Whom I came to know as Modu Njai. So when I arrived, I asked the guard, have this guy eaten? They said he didn't eat, he didn't drink. And I said,
get some food.
Yes, I did.
And you made an assessment of the situation.
Yes, I did. Yes, I took him out of the hospital.
And where did you take him?
I took him. Yeah, I believe that day because he had pain at the time. Yeah, we interacted a little bit.
Ultimately, he was interviewed.
Yes.
And other people.
I think 31st, now 30 is, on the 1st of January. I believe Buba, Lieutenant Buba Sane was brought.
What happened?
When Buba Sane was brought, Buba Sane's explanation, because normally I direct investigations. I stay with the intelligence aspect of it. The forwards and backwards was investigation of crime. I don't deal with it. So the men dealt with Buba. And they reported to me. Buba knows about this plot to overthrow the government. Well, he told the CDS. He told the Chief of Military Intelligence. General Baji was aware. The State Guard Commander was aware. The CEO of Fajara Barracks was aware. The intelligence chief in Fajara Barracks was aware. Intelligence officer in Fajara Barracks. So when I got this information,
they were aware, or he told them.
He told them. And when I was told this, and the instruction was to put him in cells, and I said no. I will not put Buba in cells.
Why?
Because as far as investigation is concerned, I'm supposed to determine who goes to the cells or not.
Is that so?
Oh, that's what I have.
You're supposed to determine the facts. Who goes to the cells ultimately is a decision that does not rest with you.
But that determination have to emanate from the facts coming from investigation.
So what was your determination? What was your finding?
My finding was Buba did not suppress the information. He sided with the authority that he was supposed to side with.
In essence, he did not commit an offense.
That was my belief. That was my assessment.
So on that basis, you decided not to put him in the cells.
Yes, I called the chief security, who is James Mendy. I told him today is Buba, tomorrow is you and me. If we are in Buba's position, we want justice. And we want the people that are dealing with us to be fair with us. So please keep Buba with your guards. That this is the situation. And he did that.
Okay.
And then what happened after that?
On Buba's case. I think 3 or 4 days after, at night, maybe around 12, maybe 12 midnight, 1 o'clock. Because then we used to spend the night at the office. So this day, I decided to go home and have a shower and change my clothes. I did that. When I came back, I was told Buba have escaped. Because DG came on a conducted tour and found Buba outside under light detention and asked Bori to put Buba in cells. So instead of the cells, Bori put Buba in an open room. And Buba broke the window and escaped. So Bori was made to replace Buba. I found Bori in cells.
Was Buba ultimately captured?
Yes, the following day Buba was captured.
And what happened to him?
Buba, what happened to him? I can't remember. I know he was captured somewhere around Fajikunda. He commanded a canoe. No, he commanded. He took a canoe. Somewhere around between Radio Seed and Denton Bridge, probably.
Radio Seed and Denton Bridge.
And we went into that stream towards Fajikunda, somewhere around Fajikunda. He was and brought back to the headquarters. I remember. When he came, I think his clothes were torn. Because I knew him previously. And I think I came to the door cell. Famous Bambadinka.
Oh, infamous Bambadinka.
Yes. So I think I came to the cell door. And told him, Buba, you could have beard. And I'm pretty sure things would have come to light.
There was a Dabamarena.
Say that again?
There was a Dabamarena. And he did not do anything.
I don't understand. Can you say it?
You didn't get it. Let's leave it at that. But Buba wasn't the only person also captured. There was Captain Job.
Yes, I think on the second or on the third, Captain Job also was brought.
And someone else?
I think Captain Buba Bojang.
Yes.
I think Sajo Jaju.
What happened to these people?
Yeah, okay. I think before them, Amadou Sow was brought. Amadou Sow was brought the first day. And Amadou Sow is an uncle. So I excused myself from the investigation. I stayed with the briefings. My officers interviewed him. And they took a the instruction was to take a statement from him. They took a statement from him. And yes, I took the statement to brief the DDG. I think after the DDG, after a while, DDG came back for a second statement of Buba to test Amadou to test his consistency.
Ultimately, what happened to Amadou?
Ultimately, Amadou, we were there, and I received information he was put in cells. So I put him at the gate. He was light detention at the gate. So one of my staff told me that Amadou has been taken to the cells. So I remember it was Job and Bojang who were tortured first before Amadou. So yeah, I was sitting in my office. When these people come, they come behind me like this. I'm facing this. When I saw the special operation people brought Captain Joe first.
Yeah, yes, special operation to Captain.
Who were these special operations people?
Of my knowledge,
special operation.
When Idrissa Job was heading it, I think we had 1 or 2 issues. Idrissa Job and Lamin Dabo. But in this occasion, honest to God, I can't remember the guys he was with. Those are small boys. If you go there, make a fact find.
And then what happened?
Anankabi.
So while there, I also saw the DG and the DDG.
Wato minambije kuntonko nyingana no malanko ngeji.
Who were they?
Tollam Juwalti.
Louis Gomez and Yankuba Baji.
Walen Louis Gomez yani Yankuba Baji.
And then
after a while,
mimbe nkoto anata konyako nyaton kuntonko nyana no malanko ibe charge office otola.
And then I came out and went to the charge office.
Ntata charge office oto.
And I found Captain Job have been put in that room there.
Natara Captain Job ya bulo bungo konoje.
And they have put him on that bench.
Ya landi wo siran jangokam.
You know, others holding legs, others holding hands.
Dolia bulo muta dolia sima muta.
And one was on the other side, facing the east, hitting. Yeah, and it was too painful. He was shouting very loud.
He wasn't shouting in vain. Something must have happened.
The guy was, one guy, he was beating him terribly.
Where was the Director General?
Both of them were there. All of us were there.
Did they say anything?
Nothing. If anything, they have encouraged.
Lamin Dabo, did he participate in it?
Lamin Dabo for a double at
Very well.
Did he beat?
No, honest to God, to the best of my recollection, he didn't beat. He was holding. He was either holding the, I think, the hands, the legs.
He participated in torture. Your Director General, Yankuba Baji, participated in torture?
I believe he was in charge. I'm sure, yes.
Well, all of you participated in torture.
We did.
None of you complained.
At this point, no.
Lamin Dabo sat on that chair and denied completely that this event never took place.
Lamin Dabo sita nyisiran kai be sirin daben to balda bela ko nyinku memfo kanda nana manke.
Lamin Dabo knows I don't lie. If anything, he hold me to very high esteem.
Lamin Dabo ya ndebuka fania for and I am command back.
Well, he said to the commission that you lied. Because I read out your statements to him.
Yeah, that is his opinion, but the facts are, when the Dr. Loom issue came, I have...
Was Lamin Dabo truthful or did Lamin Dabo lie to the commission?
Lamin Dabo, I am for young, I told for commission.
He lied. Without a doubt.
These people were tortured.
By
all of you.
No, I mean, point of correction. You mean as in beating or as in witnessing?
This was a concerted collective effort.
I would disagree. I wish there was an alternative. At that point.
Mr. Witness, did you protest the tortures?
Me and my staff, we protested.
You told us a minute ago that you said nothing.
No, we didn't reach there. Now, after you said this is the wrong route.
Okay, after these tortures, which you did not protest, you did nothing to say anything, you said nothing, you went along with it, then you said, well, this is now too much.
During me along abe keri menko iko ibuluma maji bari asedial ibari ma femfo bari nata na ko sa nyala bonye ko nyinde nyimbina lana tambira.
That's correct.
Tonya.
But in the first instance it was happening.
Ku follow ni wato nyi abe keka.
And you guys did nothing.
Anu atol alman fenke.
Yes, if you like, helplessly, yes.
And The third instance was who?
Mo sabanyaw nyin keta jumaldi.
We saw Noah Baji came. So I wouldn't be able to specifically know who were the torturers were. At some point, maybe after 20-30 minutes, we had beatings and shouting. And I know Buba.
Just a moment. The NIA or they were not working together?
For a bedroom do kang ining NIL bang for a mandran do kang ining NIL.
Because this was my impressions were they would have an assignment, the presidency, the director general or the deputy director general, come and execute those missions.
So in essence, from what you said, there was NIA complicity in the activities of the junglers at the NIA premises.
Onde kamem fo wala mindiko NIL law sansan nyin kono je jo e jongulal la do ko nyin kanake NIL law sansan kono to je to je.
And then you had the beatings.
And then
what happened?
I believe these beatings, the people that were subjected to these beatings were, I believe, Buba Sane, Amadou Sow. Because these two people, I know them. I'm not sure if Sajo Jaju was subjected to the same.
Captain Sajo Jaju.
Amadou and Buba, yes.
Amadou and Buba.
I think the junglers dealt with them.
And you did not participate in that?
I was inside my office. I had the shoutings and the noise, yes.
But these are people that you really knew.
Amadou is my uncle. When I came from the village, Amadou was the first person to host me in the Congress.
And as such, you could not have participated in his torture.
But
other people were also arrested for doing nothing, actually. Their only crime was that they were related to people who were alleged to have committed crime.
Correct?
Tonya?
That's correct.
Give us examples.
One that was striking to me was Bailo. Bailo's wife and I think 3 kids. One of them was going to university. I remember every day when I'm closing, kids will run to me, especially the one at the university, begging for his university career not to be closed. With the wife, we quickly investigated and she was not found wanting. The only crimes he committed was his Bailo's former wife, I'm not sure. So when she was freed, finally when the management accepted to let her go free, David Colley will not accept her. And I personally picked the phone and said to David, the investigations have not found this lady connected in any way or form. And I think he quoted the prison act or whatever, that she was not accepting her. Then I walked to the DG's office. I said, please, can you write to David and tell him that this woman or this lady didn't commit any crime? I think He did write or call David, and the lady was finally accepted back.
Fire safero ka bang fire call le bamba musonya.
Janyamure prisons.
Na lunkelin fula de la motona no officer ta ko ya samba
you don't know where you're located.
Nankita molle me anan ko ye mutale.
Yeah, all those that were involved, their parents were arrested.
Mol mi anan ko e be da tata nunje yela wulula mutale.
Is that standard operating procedure at the NIA? If a person comes...
When you do Sahari with NIA, la kala do ko kanyame ni mo tata fo ay tinyaro ke surtu ay luwa tinya ni omari muta e bukada omari dro muta roto ikatala badingol abama afama akotoma do ko malaning dingol.
That was not only wrong but unacceptable in society. My position was, me and my staff, we were not going to deal with it. There was a little push and pull, but finally they were handed over to other people. Every day at 3 o'clock, I will assign a staff to evaluate all the detainees within the headquarters. And we will write and recommend for them to be released. And I think we started doing after the second or third day. Yes.
I mean, unlawful arrests and unlawful detentions were commonplace at the NIA. Take, for instance, Omar Ndao. Could you tell us about it?
Moro muda ke samba NIA ke sindije luwanta ya kan o mukula de me ya lonko NIA dali na kuola woti. Misal feva Omar Ndao la kuo. Kuma fanyo ko ba?
Yeah, the issue of Ousman Jallow was very pathetic. Because not only did he help to make this country's telecommunications work, and to be dumb like that was very disheartening. But back to your question, we investigated the matter.
What was the accusation?
The accusation has to do, I think there was an AU summit. I can't remember the specifics. He was involved in project proposals that were not viable. There was no good returns on those projects. So we investigated, we found that to be untrue.
That the accusation was untrue.
Yes, that the accusation was untrue. And what informed our position was, I think we had an expert opinion from Gamtel. I wrote to Gamtel asking for an expert opinion, whether the project was viable or not. I'm not so GDA, Gambia, Diventure. Based on the cash flows of the project, their position was the project return was good. He was detained.
Unlawful. What else did they do to him?
They ended up taking him to mile 2. Subject him to a frivolous court proceeding.
Was that in accordance with law?
Completely against.
It was wrong. His rights were violated.
Absolutely.
And he was dismissed from his job unfairly.
Absolutely.
But this was normal, wasn't it?
At the end, I came to realize it's normal.
Langtombong Tamba. The same thing happened.
Langtombong, yes. If you like, I was involved in the events leading to the arrest.
Yes.
I remember it was this day around, what is this time? This is 4 o'clock, yeah, 4, 5. I believe, yes. I was sitting down somewhere in Canifing. And I received a call about Mare. What Mare?
First name?
I can't remember the name.
Does Ibrahim mean?
Ibrahim Mare, yes.
Ibrahim Mare, what from?
So this Mare was going around. He was calming people.
Okay, scamming.
I think he did it to Amadou Samba. At the time Mayor Koli. At the time Alaji Kurang of Jolof Tutos. Papa Lee of Africell. And a host of others. So I think at the time I was in Gamtel. Shortly I was moved to, I'm not sure. But anyway, let me recollect the events for you.
He was arrested.
Yes. I followed it up and realized he have run. He was wanted. He ran to Farafenye. And the investigation, I don't want to go into the nitty-gritties, but the picture was he was in Farafenye. And I think if my memory serves me well, one of the people that he was calling is a friend and a brother, the CEO of Farafenye Barracks. I called him and explained the situation to him. He told me, Mare just left my office. I will get him. So he got Mare and brought him to his office. And we asked our men, our NI officers in Farafenye, escort Mare to Banjul. Mare was brought to Banjul. And at the DG's reception like this, Mare was made to sit down on the floor. And, the Ford and Bago, Gambia investigation, everybody, a host of questions coming forward. For 4 or 5 minutes.
4 minutes,
Mare changed the subject, wanted to change the subject. And ask for people, some of the people in the room, there were too many people to ask. He asked for some of the people to be asked out of the room. And because of the role I was playing, I decided to stay. And while sitting down, he said, wait, there is a plot to overthrow the government. Honest to God, I can't remember the bits and pieces. Because for me, I was dealing with a criminal. I saw him as a criminal. If I was in charge, the route I took, I wouldn't have wavered. Everybody calmed down and wanted to listen to me. I said, I don't belong here. I think, yes, if I must have been sitting like this, facing this, and the accountant is like this here. Lamin Marong was the accountant, is a childhood friend. I entered there, I said, boy, I have an urgent mission to Dakar. Can I have $10,000? He gave me $10,000. That's how I went out. I joined the ferry, crossed the Bara, set plus to Dakar.
But even at this stage, you did hear some of the things he said.
Oh
yes, sadly so. Because one of the people he implicated was Ngorseka, who was one of my best bosses.
I'm all forming that Ngorseka double and Waketa multi and Kendabale.
So yes.
Ngorseka and who else?
Ngorseka Ninjuma.
I think the Ngorsekas, the Bobajis, the Modugays.
Ngorseka, Bobaji, Modugays.
And one clearing agent.
Modumia clearing agent.
Like and the saddest part of the story is again Modugay. I can't recollect, but he played a role leading to my detection of, I'm so more we wouldn't remember, but leading to the detection of where Mara is. I think he wanted to get to the bottom of it. Yeah, I can't remember the full story now, but yes. I know that I was interested in Mara.
In your view, did he tell the truth about these people?
Mara is a criminal. I see him like nothing other than a criminal. And honestly, God, in my office, I would deal with him like a criminal. I would deal with the criminal.
We would come to that later. He lied about these people and fabricated a case which the government accepted and went along with.
Without a doubt.
Very sad indeed.
Very decent people. I've been to Mile 2. It's bad. It's bad.
You were at some point involved in Mahmoud Sise and Ibu Job case?
Yes.
Tell us about it very briefly.
Anyway, Mahmoud Job and Sise.
Mahmoud Job and Sise
I came to know their affairs because they rented a neighbor's house. And I prepared the tenancy agreement.
Were you moonlighting as a lawyer?
Exactly. So they were going with a Gambian boy. So when we prepared this, these people, they have rented the place, they disappeared in thin air. So I will discuss with this guy about this boy. And that they were made to understand they have gone to Guinea-Bissau. So there was this day, the government said for a team to go to Guinea-Bissau. A task force or a panel was formed.
What were they to investigate?
The whereabouts of these two guys.
Why was the government interested in them?
I believe at this point, whether a UN task force was coming or a AU fact-finding mission, there was a high-level visit to the land. And I believe, according to the investigation, police investigation report, these people were, it was likely telephone or some interest in Guinea-Bissau was what was presented kind of in that report.
You're now waffling. You're not speaking directly to the issues. What was the interest in these two guys?
Again, like I said, I cannot talk about the police report. But the trip to Bissau was informed, in my belief, as a result of the fact that fingers were pointed at these people that they have some business interest in Bissau, and probably
is that a crime? Is that a crime? Is that a reason for the government to investigate anybody? We all have business interests somewhere.
Benga hamol soro like a business okay karadola.
Not at all.
So why were they being investigated?
Sila muna ya sabu asu jaro ajarata la pur kela kol kisi kisi.
No, probably you didn't hear me. Their situation, they are nowhere to be seen.
My friend, many people leave the country every day. That too is not a crime. That is not a basis why our government should investigate anybody.
Okay.
Tell us the reason why these people were being investigated.
I've seen your point now. Like I said. United Nations or AU fact-finding mission or investigation team was coming here.
Again, no reason for anybody to be investigated.
Well, okay. The interpreter, please.
Again, there is no reason. That is no reason why anybody should be investigated. The fact that the UN is coming here, they come every day.
Hanin ka biko daga dalila o dalila taje dalilo memba sabulu yau mari nyol kisi kisi.
Prior to that, it was on the news everywhere. These people have been killed. And for me, government wanted to clear their name that definitely these people were not killed. Investigations has been done. And allegedly, these people were frequenting Bissau in and out. And again,
did the papers saying that these people were killed, did the paper say why they were killed?
For kibar kaito nying waya follow ko nyi mul fale for hanin ka bi kibar kaito nyi ay tandi jela nyi ngaro ke gali da jumale asabu ye nyi mul fa.
No, I think at that point it was very speculative. What I hold until I heard it at the TRRC here, that because they had money. Because there was this woman. Where are we here? So a restaurant here. We used to hang out with them. Like I said, I follow the news. So those bits and pieces I have in my memory. But specifically, no, but again, it was informed by a fact-finding mission from the United Nations.
By the time you people went to Bissau, the government knew that they had captured and killed these people. True or false?
Very true, and that was very shocking.
And
it was very shocking.
In fact, your trip to Bissau was only intended to provide false information to the visiting trips that were coming to Gambia, visiting dignitaries.
Absolutely.
In fact, providing false information to international organizations and foreign nationals was normal in this government.
Absolutely.
Yaya Jammeh would instruct the government to lie and provide false information.
Yaya Jammeh be kango di mansa kunda la puruka kibar di molla me alon ko fania kibaro la.
Absolutely, more than that, investigators, like in the Maranda case, I received a letter from President's office instructing what interest I have in that case. Why it is being delayed. It was taken there, handed over to the police.
So what we had was a government that would torture people and extract false confession from them, correct?
Orok paringa memoy jang wala nyindi ko masakunda membe nunjang masakunda la meya lon ko abe mol mudala ki sindi dagel ki tajirenti ya ka kuma kan sote bul me alon ko kuma kan ya sote bul fani ale kan fo lam to nyaati.
Absolutely, many of it.
A government that would fabricate evidence against its citizens?
Masakunda me ya lonko abe faniata la fangola banku dingol kan.
I couldn't agree more because I lived it.
A government that would disappear its citizens?
Mansakunda me ya lonko abe fangola banku dingol tala be yemandila.
Agree.
A government that would fabricate evidence in order to cover up its dastardly acts?
Masakunda me ya lonko abe kuma kan tala ba la mo kan fania la pour ate fangola baro nyinga ita ayo mabo.
I agree.
And it had the NIA to do it for it.
Andung NIA wollem dingira wolle be o Masakunda je pour ka cool kae.
NIA at the forefront, yes.
And no matter how you look at it, none of you was clean.
Andung hanin kabi nyaonya yakko nyujube nyaonya nyarande nyawa tol men bebe nuje molle ma alman senaya.
All of you were tainted.
Al tol be molle me an ko al notale.
I guarantee you many of us are clean.
That I can guarantee. All of you, most of you were involved in torture, including yourself.
I guarantee you not one. Go bring it.
Mr. Witness, you tortured people.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The circumstances, if you bring it, if it is true, I will say.
Till you are here, you are facing the nation, you are facing the commission. Have you ever participated in torture? Either as a passive participant or an active participant, have you ever participated in torture?
Sedo silang ifela siring komisyon nyati lang jang ibe siring nyati lang Gambia bela. Afo komisyon jang fo inana idanya nana bulata moto ka tajirinte ya ibulo jaharan waranto fo ija sede yala ba imabe ta waro mena be mo tajire yala ba.
And you are on the oath.
Andu ibe kalole koto.
100%. And
so sidla kemo be fond.
Like I said first in the 30th December issue, that equates to torture. That's exactly what we did. That's exactly what I did. And the evidence is not only Job, sorry, not only Mornjai, or Job, but Jajanya's uncle, Buba, and a host of them, I did some good things. Back to your question. I remember, I cannot remember the years. Yeah, there was this white man who was killed in Kerseri. I think the police were investigating the matter from January, February up to March. And there was no breakthrough. And the matter was brought to our office. And I was handed over the case. I cannot remember who was supervising me. But there, MI5 were involved. So the British police, MI5, came and with the Gambia police. And they briefed me about the facts. And they saw me, this man, even if he's going to the toilet, he will call the daughter. Whatever he was doing, he will tell the daughter. He communicated, he was into contact. And it happens that in this case, these people, they took this guy, took him to Kabakel, killed him, and buried him there. So back to the NI headquarters, when I was briefed, so I looked at all the evidence. I said to the guy, I think he's Boyang. I said, Boyang, you are responsible, you know something. So I told the police and the MI5, you can go. I think the MI5 were scheduled to go back to England because they have been here for a long time with the police. So I told them, let them go, we'll deal with the matter. I think under 15-20 minutes. You know, I tied Bojang's hands. But he's a small boy.
Mr. Witness, let's cut the chase. Let's cut through the chase. You tortured the guy to confess. And this would not be the first time you torture or the last time you torture anyone.
No, excuse me. I'm coming to the other guy.
But to me now,
Because there were two. Because Bojang cook the thing here. Put this white man in his car.
The fact that Bojang and this other guy killed the white man is no reason why you must torture Bojang to confess. What we are talking about now is the fact that you tortured Bojang to accept having committed a crime.
The men for Kanja Nyindiko, it Fananketa Multime Yalon, Boja Mutalia, Tajirinde, Warando Ya Lipa,
that's what I'm saying. That's absolutely the fact.
So tell us about the torture.
So when we arrested, when Bojang came, Bojang, we didn't torture him. I just tied. He's a small boy. He was terrified.
Bojang commanding them. So
no. Listen, I agree with you. Wallahi, I wish Bojang is alive. I was made to understand he's dead. May his soul rest in peace.
Well, and do you realize what you have done?
Yeah,
Through the torture, your torture, he confessed, isn't it?
Yeah, Sunday.
No, he didn't confess. He told us who killed the man.
That is, well, if he tells you who killed the man, it means that he knows how it happened. In fact, that puts him in complicity. It's as a result of that Bojang was convicted.
No.
Of course, Bojang was convicted for murder. Yes, but you tortured him to extract that evidence from him.
No. We tortured cows.
You first tortured Bojang. You first tortured Bojang. He implicated Kausu. You tortured Kausu. He confessed. So all of them were convicted. As a result of that conviction, Bojang was executed. Just look at your actions. Are you proud of that?
Honest to God, if I go here, let me go to the firing squad. I'm so proud of what I did in that incident.
So you are proud of torture?
I am. No, I'm not saying torture. Listen to me.
No. We have to call a spade a spade. We are not talking about somebody who killed a person and the killing is investigated. All of us have to accept that is what has to be done. But in so doing, your actions are judged by the standards and norms of civilized behavior. Do you take pride in torturing these two people to confess to this crime?
Counsel, allow me to say this.
Answer the question. Do you take pride in torturing these two people to confess?
I am where I am sitting, and the facts I got in that issue, in that case, if they are presented to me today, given the fact that we have no equipment, we have no revolutionary circumstances. So if I believe my mother have killed or my brother have killed, and the facts are presented like they were in this occasion, I would not hold back. I would want to see the person in mile two.
Mr. Witness, and answering them. But you would answer my question to give a confession. You agree with that? Right? So this evidence was not obtained because you were skilled to submission. That's the truth, isn't it?
No, I disagree.
Well, you can choose to disagree. The evidence is already on the record. You have confessed to torturing these people for them to submit and give you the answers. You agree with that?
Let me just say this, because for the records, when we got Kausu, Kausu is a rebel in Casamance. And Bojang paid Kausu $10,000. Kausu had a gun with 1 bullet. The man is a tall guy, hefty. They shoot him 1 gun and he was there, he didn't die. Next to the highway. They go and got sticks and beat him on.
They acted in a barbaric manner, isn't it?
Yes.
You also acted in a barbaric manner.
Of course, barbaric actions met with barbaric actions.
So both of you are to be condemned for such barbaric actions. Okay, then so you are a torturer.
If that equates to it, wallah, I'm happy to
But your tortures did not even stop with these people. No. You also tortured Izzat Faraj and Musa Job. They were brought to the NIA, you were investigating them and you tortured them.
That is not true. That is not true. And
Mr. Witness, once a torturer, always a torturer.
You can call it. I have lived all my life in this country.
You are the person who said you tortured these people. Is that not true?
Very correct.
Could you answer now? Kausu.
Of course, yes.
That makes you what? It makes you a torturer.
That is very incorrect, counsel.
Well, call it whatever you want. But that puts you in the band of the barbaric people just like Kausu and Bojang. It's just to varying degrees.
And I will repeat again, if that I have it to work. I have no regrets.
But it is shocking and disappointing that you sit here and take torture as a badge of honor and claim we in the public space. It ought not happen in the public in any situation.
Council come for
it is shocking.
Ye baroke ya ke nyanya nyarnya ya nyanya tajireya kamu tajireya kamu takalipa na luwa bukuba o maso wala ko kiyama ya karanja nyame kunu moy ko ko je iko te ka ke kuti mi
especially for a person who is landed in the law.
Again, council, what I didn't even go. I didn't even hide. In one way or the other.
Before I ask him there, can you confirm you did must say that one barbaric action calls for another barbaric?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I wanted to put this into context. What I mean is my actions confronted with what I was confronted with. I decided to choose that route, even though it was not correct. Because those are MI5, but they jubilated when we called them that we had a breakthrough. They were so happy. This country, more than that, this country.
Your statement that one barbaric reaction calls for a barbaric reaction. Are you maintaining that? Or was it a slip of the tongue?
for ibeloka wakane bam for fenemia lekete miala ko kuja wala anata na kuja
look at all my previous dealings.
Ya je na ko dibe ngamel kanu.
Asking, not looking into that at all.
Exactly.
I just want this
No,
point
no, not at all. No.
on this thing,
No.
which was a slip of the tongue.
Yeah.
Ayeta jirinte yal min fanake.
They all came after you obtained an LLB at the University of Gambia Law School?
Foya tare na ta foya londi bakaron ke ka ko sotola no nyinketa wato 2002.
You weren't a lawyer yet.
No.
Man kenen loyati han.
But you knew that torture was unlawful.
But yalo no ko tajirinte ya luwa man songa.
I don't touch you. And everybody who have come before me,
anu momo nata nyati
I treated them with the respect they deserve, treated fairly.
Katu left le momo be ku kalantale yake na tilingo.
And so I extend the same fairness
Anu say wo tilingo left
in my dealings with people.
Ni molte.
But like I said to the council,
But coming out for council
in this occasion,
nyinko min kadating.
yes, I did. And there is no point I have swear to the Holy Quran and sit here and lie.
You did what?
Sorry?
You did what?
I did torture Kausu.
So that was his point. If you tortured Kausu,
I did.
You were a torturer.
No,
come on, you're a lawyer.
No, if that is the description, I happily accept.
And who else did he torture?
But my position is this is all I know. He talked about Faraj and Job. No, I would happily go into that. That is not true.
Did you torture anybody after Kausu or before Kausu?
Never in my life. Even people
You tortured only one person throughout your career?
Only two. And witnessed the...
Kausu and Bojang, the case of Kausu and Bojang.
So two?
Yes.
And witnessed be a passive participant in the torture of was it Captain Job and Captain Bojang?
Mabeta Captain Job ni Captain Bojang la tajiriyato.
Thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Mr. Jallow.
Let me take you back to the West African migrant situation. I have a few questions in that area. And I'll put them in boxes. What I need for our subsequent review of your testimony today is to just narrow certain things down to that. So I'll give you 4 boxes. You tell me individuals that I'm asking you to put in those boxes. Box 1 would essentially be from Barra to the Navy Yard. Oh, sorry, interpreters.
Okay. Chairman coming for wala nyindiko. Abela fle misalo ngo dire mi alon ko abakela box wala ti carton. So itele be to mondiro kala box wo box ibe abe nyinin kala ya fo iba dun la dame.
And that box would at least 2 individuals there. Yourself?
Box wo box. Mo fulale.
No. The first box.
Box following it a
Barra to Navy Yard box.
Kabo Barra kata 4 soldier roll Navy to Jana Banjul.
In that box, you were the one who had gone to Barra police station.
Barra police station.
And the station shift officer handed you 50 West African migrants.
And remember do call no was station auto je we mol dila minta da motal lula wole dila na.
So in that box we know you have Ousman Jallow, that's you.
And wo box auto nga Ousman Jallow so je wole tati.
Who is the shift officer at the Barra police station who handed you the 50 individuals? If you can just give me the name.
Unfortunately, I can't remember the name.
Yeah, I
cannot remember.
Okay,
but if you look at that day, probably the police
we'll find it out then. And box 2 is the one that is the dispersal and the disappearance of the 50 migrants. Who can you tell somebody with a very solid background in the NIA belong in that box concerning the dispersal, where they were taken and dispersed to various police stations, and also their disappearance? give us 2 names.
After ye two fula di na nyim box fula nyawatu.
Or 3.
Men kabri nyim mol kabri ye bon nambara fena ta banyul albe sambakang aliye talantalam police station to taring. Sa ebe mo to fula nyanola NIA to mi ya lonko ebol kala wo nyim box wala to nyim carton to kam foten.
Can you repeat the question again?
Give me names of people who were involved in the disappearance and the dispersal of the 50 migrants.
Okay. Yeah, like I said, I'm not sure whether the distribution occurred when we were going to Baba Job's house or after. My belief was it was from Baba Job's house was the distribution.
Malum fo kabri wato men kata Baba Job la korda to lemba yo mol tinis loka ke talang fo wada kabri fo da Baba Job la korda to le fo ka pare na tananyu mo.
I cannot remember participating in the distribution.
But with your background in NIA, I just want you to tell us.
Yeah, I'm coming to your next question.
Okay, fine.
So your next question is who? And like I said, the state guard, Bombarde I know.
Bombarde ngolong.
Bombarde I know.
Bombarde ngolong.
So I cannot remember the other people.
So in that box, you're giving us only one name.
Name, yes.
The dispersal of these individuals and their disappearance.
Yes.
Bombarde is the only one in that box.
Yeah.
Fine. We go to box 3, the alleged murder of the 50 West African migrants. Again, with your background in the NIA, you must have some idea who perhaps had been involved in the murder of these individuals.
Again, this is very speculative. I don't have the facts. But my instinct, with what I saw at the Navy, what I saw at Baba Job's house, all those act together, direct to one point again. Bombarde and that team and whoever they are associated.
So again, Bombarde is the only one that you would mention for box number 3.
Yeah, like I wish today will come. I would have taken these people, each of their names. But when I hear 44 Ghanaians, my heart bleeds. I am not sure I If you ask me, probably I have dealt with 2 or 4 Ghanaians, not more than 4. So again, I was hungry, I was tired, I took these people, it was late. Because I'm very careful. If I could have foreseen this, I would have done the right thing. Well, I know without a doubt, a killing will surface. Yes, you cannot kill 50 people and you think you will go home and sleep. No.
The fourth and the last box, and again, with your background in NIA, that box is the cover-up of the murder of the crime of murder of the 50 West Africans. Who would you put in that box that we would look at? This is a cover-up.
I would say government, I don't know what would that mean. Government? Whatever the government would mean to you. Head of the government, security chiefs. I definitely don't know what the answer to it.
If you don't, thank you very much. Commissioners, if you have any questions. Deputy Chair, you have the floor. Yes.
Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Esa. Thank you, Mr. Jallow.
Abaraka chairman, abaraka Esa, abaraka itesedo.
Before we come to the West African migrants,
West African migrants.
I am interested in Modou Njai, the person that was evacuated from RVTH and taken to the NIA. What was the rationale for removing him from hospital?
Like Council, Commissioner, when I came to the RVTH, when I asked whether Monjai had eaten, Monjai, he was covered in a white cloth. He removed the cloth and we saw eye to eye. And I can feel that the comments I made, whether he have eaten, that have comforted him. And I also didn't feel that leaving him there, anything could happen. There's guns everywhere. So I decided for his security, take him to the NI headquarters, and for the subsequent week or two, he was not put in cells until I think after I left. No, astaghfirullah. At some point, yeah, for one reason or another, me, I was there, I was told Monja is put in cells. But at least he stayed with us for a week or two. So his heart beat him.
Pardon?
So he had the proper medical care when he was at the NIA.
Yes. You can ask him, yes. Not only medical care, but also good
Now the next question is related to the West African migrants. One of them you had some connection with because she looked like somebody that you knew. Did you ask her her name?
No, I didn't say we have connection. I said I felt a connection because she looks like.
But I said you had a connection with her.
Yes.
And you don't know what happened to these two women.
I think the last time I saw them was at the PIU. With the head of the team, probably. I don't know what happened. I have no idea.
No idea. Okay, thank you.
All I know is one is a Sierra Leonean, the other one is a Liberian.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. I'll take commissioners on my left. Imam C, you have the floor, please.
Imam C, la kanenyinka.
Pular.
Abeti.
Ay. Emilo majarne he sedam faga manga.
We have to allow for interpretation.
In not fuller.
Kon mang lay nuyu ci sa CDA bi.
I'm greeting you based on your testimony that you gave here.
Kon nam dal gotal njogi mi. Kon nam la to mami. Lima lay laaj moy.
What I want to ask you is
Ghanaian yoyu bi nga len tege bot.
Those Ghanaian people, when you set your eyes on them,
be fi ngay teggo ak ñoom
until deep,
wala nan nañu wala nanuñ,
whether they have drink or not.
Si suma gis-gis,
according to what I observe,
man dema asumon buñ joge Dakar sa lekuñ.
I was assuming that when they were from Dakar, they haven't
ben nuñ len wacce Bara
until they were
be man numa len ise
from Bara,
be man numa len ise Banjul
until I brought them to Banjul.
So my concern was that these are hungry people, they're tired.
Numa ko gisee ñi ay nit la ñi nga xamante dañu xiif dañ sona.
Bara
ñaarel bi jigen bi nga waxon nonu.
The second question is the lady that you are talking about.
Koku def la takkon trop.
That lady is so close to you.
Ci time bobu rek la wala ci mujjantel bi?
Is it the beginning of things or at the end of events?
Fuma gis guy moy fi nakala tudati Navy at the Navy headquarters.
Where I saw all of them was at the Navy headquarters.
Because light mu nga fa.
Because there was light.
Te ñep dañ tok ni jakarang.
And they were all seated down.
So ki ndaws la xala am yaram.
This lady is somebody who is hefty.
Yes.
And so when I saw her, somebody like her was walking. Then I said, wow, these people, they look alike. But the difference was the person who was working for me was from Sierra Leone, but a very good lady.
Thank you. Yes, Commissioner Kinte.
Commissioner Kinte,
Assalamu alaikum, Ousman.
Wa alaikum assalam.
When I had and took them to Baba Job's residence in Kololi. I know on the way the things that you see. If it was only one place, you can forget about it.
But PIU,
but the paramilitary Kairaba. And I think you mentioned Kotu here.
Baba Job.
Baba Job. You may not just know that people were dropped there, but you may know also how many people were disembarked from there. And no matter how many people were, like 50 people, even if you were arrived there with at least 14 people, then make it clear to us how does that place, how those things happen. See, to talk is not easy.
The fact of the matter is, at the Navy headquarters.
I make them enter the vehicle at the Navy. What I want to say is this. I am a human being.
And I don't want to lie.
And I but what I can remember,
before Baba Job.
It's not like we were making many stops before arriving at Baba Job. Between me and Allah. Kairaba station and Kotu.
I am back.
And he took me back.
Simply because
Katunko.
Baba Job la
Then we arrived at Baba Job's compound.
I cannot remember participating in dropping them at Kotu, Kairaba, and in PI. So when Sunday, when Samba
and that is something that so that thing make clear doubt in my mind.
Ousman, Adula Seattle Purake Fulafulati.
Usman, the place is too much for you to be doubtful. If it was one place, it could be doubtful. 3, 4. Want us to clear this. Council, what he thought or what he thinks is different.
And he stopped claim marking.
He didn't make any stop until we arrived at Baba.
But
that makes it clear.
Man laughing at definitive KJ. Only witness do nata.
Because if another witness
dropping,
and he said that the person is, they make a drop.
Witness la opinion or respect la because probably wala correct.
I want to respect that witness opinion because
believe.
No, Usman.
This is what I wrote.
Usman,
you see, Usman, if it is about 3 to 4 places,
it's a probability la no
you cannot say it.
Anissa,
up to now, my statement is there. I picked them from the Navy.
Absolutely.
No, that's why you start.
What would
that show is when people are
may have arrived before
Sorry,
me.
Chairman, we can't hear anything. They're speaking over each other. If you could please...
What I'm saying is, when upon your arrival at Baba Job's residence, even when they reach there before you, even it is less than few minutes, if 50 people disembark from the vehicle, then that is something very strange.
That's very pronounced.
That is very pronounced. Okay.
Commissioner again.
Commissioner, hani say?
Without a doubt, definitive. Then I believe.
What I believe.
I
took these people from the I brought them up to Baba Job.
Maybe they have arrived 5-10 minutes before me. I made sure
we arrive,
it's 50 people.
Yo konti Baba Job ya.
I didn't count, but
Barme na koma sutiatala.
no responsibility tale.
Fine, because ye memfana mfoyalo na kumo kono. Iko yaje ko ebe la soto.
But what do you have stated? You said all of them, they have place to lie down.
Oto ye ladula talulu men deda. Ani ni ladula mutanni fulati. Ulfana njam fata nyola bake pura ke fulati. Anyanta lola kumale kan.
Mafo
You guys go a bit slowly. You can do it. Otherwise, it's going. Interpreters.
Come inside, Yemenfo. Iko ite laron dida wolle minta to laron tallu.
Mafo nyama.
No,
okay, can you come
back? I memfo wole munyinti ko.
What you have stated is
that Baba Jobia.
When you are upon your arrival, as you stated it in your testimony.
What I said
is that
was an empty.
There is no bed.
So ladula, nine kalarang ko, ndema larang ko. Interpreter le larang ko. Interpreter has not interpreted that.
I mean, is the interpreter who mentioned bed, but I never mentioned bed.
Ni mu talulu la ladula ko topoto. Ani ni mu tanin fula damma la ladula ko topoto. Will take more fun to the Puruake Tomado Bat, Unyanta Koinolal.
Allow the interpreter now to interpret that.
What I am saying is that if you prepare a place of sleep for almost 50 people, and now it is about 12 people that you prepared for where they will lie down.
No.
Can you make it bit by bit?
Yeah. If you have prepared sleeping arrangement for 50 people, vis-a-vis for 12 people, that difference is so significant that it cannot be a probability.
Can I answer?
Yeah, please go ahead.
Yes.
And
again, I want to help you put this into perspective.
Yeah, you left
I cannot recollect exactly what happened. My belief. These people were all, 50 of them were brought to Baba Job's compound. From Baba Job's compound, because I think the Navy, the state guard people brought, they were with a pickup.
State guard mall,
I want to believe they took some senior council's story.
But
that is what makes more sense. That the boss on its way dropped these people before Baba just compound. And when I came, you know, whatever I found there, that was it. But I didn't even have the slightest doubt that these people were going to disappear.
Hello. Perhaps, Mr. Chair, maybe I should just help here.
Yes.
I am not testifying. I am not a witness.
Exactly.
The proposition that I made to you was just to ask a question and for you to react to it. It is not my theory, but to
interpreters to get that point.
Come in, left them in Sanandelaja. Ntamanke moti mi alan ko ntabe sedi andro di kanjande nteb kam misali ngol le ninga le ye jabiroke no misali ngol isafo fo nga la nyami fo wolem fo wonte left away senia commission o nyati
but for whatever it is worth, witnesses can only testify to what they know. Sometimes what they know may not make sense because there is a bit that they do not know. So perhaps we should appreciate the bit that they do not know and to try to chase that gap from elsewhere. Just like the two witnesses of this morning, they have said slightly different things. The reason is because they saw things from different perspectives. What this witness did not know is that his boss also went to the ground. And that boss was Commissioner Kinte. Very important questions would be answered that day by that witness. And the simple reason is that he was along the same route with this guy, but this guy did not know that. And what that his boss saw, and so I'll encourage Commissioner Kinte to be patient a little bit. All his doubts would be in my possession and seeing things. So you can take it from me that the questions you ask would be answered on Thursday.
Thank you very much, Councillor. Now moving to the case of Ibu Sise and Mahmoud Job. If I recollect, you said you brokered or made some arrangement involved in the arrangement of their where they rent or whatever. Throw some light on that.
And the person they rented is acquainted to me. The guy asked me to prepare him, help him tenancy agreement. I think it was their first or second or third week. After the preparation of the tenancy agreement, never saw to sign it. So when my neighbor told me, I told him go to Birkama Area Council, ask for permission so that they come and open the house and remove these people's stores so that you can have your house and rent it. There was nothing.
Okay, so you have never known anything about them from that one day only. You had never interacted with them and never inquired about them.
Never seen them.
But you were assigned to go to Bissau. Few weeks or few months later.
Thank you very much. If there are no further questions from commissioners, Mr. Jallow, if you have any concluding remarks to make, please proceed to
Mr. Jallow, Thank
you very much, Mr. Chairman.
Mr. Chairman.
Council members.
Council Dokulal, Council.
All the commissioners seated here.
Commissioner member Sirinja.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Musukafuke member.
It's not easy to sit here. But it's also very appreciative what this country have gone through and the retardedness it has taken this country. It will take a long time to recover. And I only hope all of us as Gambians rally behind the slogan. Never again. I encourage every Gambian for this slogan to be our food, to be our water. Because we thank God some of us are alive. And thank God many people are alive to demonstrate the seriousness of what has happened. Nobody should understate this opportunity. I cannot say thank you enough. So that we and in our small way help. But Mr. Chairman, in NIA following politicians, I am telling you, this is the case. If it has to happen, it will be informed by a need. But it also shows the deficiencies or the gaps.
But hani kabi o fana akana fatam fanso nyim fana yitandile.
And every NIA officer is evolving around espionage.
Abe sujirin espionage wala taje men lafta tilimbale waranto
national security issues that borders on documentary stealing and related issues.
Wokono bina kibaro sunyala ka wala banku kaytol ke sunya ku lokono
or sabotage.
Waranto jutune ya.
You have a responsibility, you don't want to carry it out, you want to bring the whole system down.
Ite banku dingola muitite duno soro la lonkundo duno soro pour que kafuna banku la fa banko kan bari ite ko hani ibsida koma imurta koma.
Bridges cannot be built, school cannot be built.
Salol te lonola karamol te lonola.
Or terrorism or insurgency.
Boen kan nalu aren konnante alu.
This is what I have lived.
Ntebe nyine kono.
This is the training and doctrine I inculcate into every man and woman that I have served, that have served under me. And generally, this is what is supposed to be obtained. But previously, I said there were ups and downs, there were gaps. So generally, I don't want any politician to hold that this is the so.
And malafi hani politicians no politicians ya ko nyina ko nyin lanyati waranto nyina ko
I wish there was time I will have demonstrated how
hani wato ni ko hani fang
because we feel as an obligation
bikato njikita nyinna la ko comme amun kan lon kunto dunolti
their security form part of the national security agenda
ila tanko fanandabe banko be la tanko konole.
And so I just want to thank you very much and appreciate this interaction.
Thank you again very much, Mr. Jallow, for your testimony. We will resume our proceedings tomorrow morning, 10 o'clock.
Neither team has a goal yet.
That may change. Hydra has fouled El Matador. And if history has taught us one thing, you don't hand a free kick to El Matador unless you want Super Strikers to go ahead.